Of Newton. Terraria slime. Hopefully I can finish 2 layers today. I think if I can't finish 2 layers during the stream, I'll just finish 2 layers tonight. Because I should be getting pretty close to finishing 2 layers. Before I had to work. What's up, liking me? I may actually start calling you by the name. I'm not too sure though. Fortunately, I do have backups, but if I had somehow accidentally deleted the world, then I can get online backups as well. Like online and offline backups. Do you need to make a new backup, actually, thinking about it? I mean, I know why I didn't say your name now, but I'm just contemplating on switching to saying your name now. Yeah, always a bit odd right now, so it's get the allergies. You're wondering. A bit nasally, even though my voice is usually pretty nasally to begin with, so it's a little bit nasally. It's not horrible, but it's not. I'll just stick with like MA for now. Maybe later streams if I get a bunch of people or something like that, I might have to. Maybe. I don't know. So I'm gonna attempt to introduce everybody on those later streams if I blow up again, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's just I'm probably gonna have some moments with the nasaliness. That lava literally just ran into my pickaxe multiple times. I don't think I even moved. Up, let's do a casting. What's up, casting? Getting there slowly. I don't know. I'm trying to keep names short as possible. I mean, there's some names I really can't cut short, but usually I can almost find a way for most of the names at least. I'm gonna have to practice cutting names short for the future. If a bunch of people join. That is if I'm even gonna be able to introduce everybody on those later streams, because I've seen how fast chat goes when you have that many people. I may not even be able to process all the names until... later on. Oh, they do? Okay, that's good enough. I mean, I was able to introduce 400 people, or at least maybe not 400 people, but maybe like up to 100 people on live stream on the chat. But I really don't think I'll be able to do it for the next future streams when I blow up again, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be go big or go big or go home, honestly, when it comes to those streams. For sure. So I'm not expecting to and I was basically out of breath on that stream as well. It was a lot of names. I was at least just saying names for almost the entire stream. Seriously, it was that bad. I mean, it was good, but it was still pretty exhausting. It was alright. Back in, I think it was May 2020, I think it was. I mean, I know I blew up one time in March, but I think with the stream blow up was May something. I almost regret streaming while blowing up. I was contemplating it so much because it was in the middle, directly in the middle of the stream or in the blow up. It's like, should I? What's up, pastrami? There's a lot of stuff in Terraria, isn't there, in terms of like bosses and bosses mainly, right? Well, I know the actually I know for sure it's May because the March one just I don't think I was even streaming at that point. Either I was streaming after it or something like that. I don't know. I know for sure the stream came up when I streamed it was the May blow up. And funny enough, that's my second most viewed stream, or second most viewed video is that stream right there. It's crazy. Most, second most streamed, or second most viewed video and stream for sure. Oh, definitely most viewed stream. Second most viewed video though. That's terrifying. That's a lot of bosses. At least there's a ton to do. I mean, look at that. At least from a, like a, not story perspective, but from a functional perspective. That that Terraria actually gives you. I don't know if it's functional, I have no idea. I don't know if, I don't think it's functional. It's a better way to say it. I guess you could just say from a content perspective, really. I think people aren't gonna like Minecraft as much with the complexity it's gonna have in the future. Because Minecraft being made simple, that's what mainly gave it its edge. Not even just giving its edge, but giving it an edge over other games. It's just the fact that the pick up and play kind of thing. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Hope they don't make it too complex in certain things. I mean, you got to think that they even tried to get Mojang to stop updating the game for nostalgia's sake. If that says anything. Due to probably the simplicity of it, because they wouldn't be saying that if the game didn't get that complex already. So Jesse. Not know about that. That's pretty interesting. Does that limit creativity? Then I really don't know why they broke redstone in Bedrock. It just doesn't make any sense why they changed it. It could be just the engine, but still. It's just weird they haven't fixed it yet. Out of all things. Or overhauled it in any way. It's really odd. Honestly though, I don't know if a grappling hook really fits Minecraft though. I mean, it'd be cool to see, I'm just not too sure if it actually fits Minecraft. Unless they give an update that's tailored around it, but that would actually be pretty interesting to see. Using the move controllers. The 860. Gonna have to go with gravel. Especially since I mine a lot, so I'm gonna have to go with gravel for sure. Not many people deal as much of the pain of gravel that I do. Just because I mine, realistically speaking. I'd say obsidian's probably second though. Mainly because I don't run into nearly much of it. Gravel's also one of the reasons why I'm not even mining 2 block layers. I mean, I've had no problem with them. It's just with those stone, especially since I'm not collecting every single block. I think it would get pretty frustrating though if you were mining specifically for stone. That would get pretty frustrating. Well, sort of. You could just kind of distribute stone all the way across your entire inventory, but still. So Rappy. I'm gonna be mining the Nether in the end. And then I have no idea after that. So it's kind of weird how the enchantment orbs from the Ender Dragon are perfectly the big orbs. Well, you know how the orbs have different sizes. The giant orbs are almost perfectly one pickaxe, which is kind of funny. But I basically reset the end. This is a setting in PS4. Reset the end, go kill the Ender Dragon, and then I reset it again after the next time I go and kill it. I'm just resetting the Ender Dragon over and over again in the settings section, because for some reason you could do that in this game, which is really busted. You consider everything, but it's alright. I mean, it's intentional for some reason. Alright, see ya, Pete. Oh, mending, yeah. I forgot about that. I didn't know if you knew mending or not, but yeah, that's what I use. Okay, yeah, I should have explained everything, honestly. Should have been as detailed as possible, just so I didn't miss anything, but I kind of forgot that the how I even the how of mending all my pickaxes or repairing them. My God. Yeah. It's kind of crazy though, the Ender Dragon hits perfectly on one orb. That was a big coincidence right there. I did not expect that when I first started doing that. Pretty big coincidence. That that each of the orbs are perfectly either half a pickaxe or an entire pickaxe. Which is a lot of XP for one pickaxe. It takes forever to repair these pickaxes without using the Ender Dragon. Unless there is a good way, which may be the villagers. Oh, that'd be horrible if I had to use the end crystals to repair the pickaxe. Okay, there we go. What's up, Rick? I thought I was doing something off messaging. Yeah, you can use mending as much as you want. I mean, I've probably repaired some of these pickaxes the same way for hundreds of times. I don't know. Actually, probably not actually, because I've probably at least broken all of a pickaxe at least once. So I don't think I've had the same pickaxe, at least in certain scenarios. Oh yeah, end curses are expensive. That would not be worth it every single time. I repair my pickaxe at least almost once a stream. Almost. So sometimes I probably don't though. Stupid allergies. I think my nasaliness is getting worse. Also, I'm just gonna mention I may not be streaming until later tomorrow because I have to go to a place and actually do something. Or maybe I'll stream tomorrow. Just get it's gonna be a little bit later, like on Thursday this last week. How I did it, or this week. I mean, kind of like that. It's not gonna be like 12-hour shift. I said shift again. Keep saying that. Not shift. Stream. Sorry, I'm so used to saying shift because I work 12-hour shifts some occasionally. But God, this. Dang, I thought my voice couldn't get any more nasally. Give me a second. Okay. What's up, space? original name. Just noticed your name for some reason. I don't know why. Even though I saw one of your comments. Probably not. I wouldn't consider myself a pro. Whatever that even means, honestly. Especially in a game this diverse. Probably won't switch to a PS5. The only thing I want to see on a PS5 is how many hours I played on, which is technically possible to see roughly how many hours at least on this world, which you have to get a... If somebody has a PS5, they could just look up my name and then take a screenshot of my games that I played and send them that send the time played and send it to me. Or take my the time played You have one? It's just Mythical. I think capital M. It should have my profile picture as a icon. Pretty sure PS5 is the only way. I don't think you can even go on the website and do it. PSN website. I don't think it's possible. I don't think they actually have hours. Unless they changed it from last time I've seen it. There's no way. There's no way I have 8,000 hours. Okay, so if that is real. uh, Okay, so there's no way it's 8,000. Okay, so if it is, go on Discord. If you have Discord, join the server and then DM a snapshot of it. That sounds ridiculous if it actually is 8,955. I mean, it still sounds a bit too high. Okay, so yeah, take a snapshot of it or something like that, either with your phone or something. And DM on Discord, and then also you're wondering Discord is should it just be Mythical and 6396? I think that's what the code is. It's hard to believe though. Not at least not that high. If you said something like 5,000, sure, but I don't know if I've spent almost 9,000 hours. That's pretty hard to believe, personally speaking. And this is from the person who's done all this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, hopefully the thing doesn't lag loading Discord. What the heck? $8,955. That is way more than I thought it was. Holy Jesus Christ. That almost like that's like jaw dropping right there. Holy Jesus Christ. That is way more than I expected. Holy Jesus Christ, it's pure insanity right there. I changed my mind about I changed my mind about how many hours I've put into this in terms of sheer I don't know what it's called. I mean, I know some of it's probably AFK. I know probably a decent amount of it's AFK, but holy God, like put in perspective, my second most played game I've ever played was 2,500 hours. Does that wrap your head around that for a second? 8,000 hours. Isn't that like 40 hours a week for 4 years or whatever? Which it doesn't make much sense, to be honest with you, because I definitely don't think I've spent 4 years. I barely probably haven't even spent 4 years on this project. That is if you account for the section before the actual project. But yeah, I didn't expect that much whatsoever. That's how many in-game days is that? Or how many days is that in general? $373. Holy frick. Some of this has to be AFK though. There's no way I've spent that much time on this project. I mean, let's be honest here, most of it is on this project. There's like no doubting that one. What do you think? 8,700 on this project or something like that? Still doesn't sound right though. There's no way I've spent that much time on Otherworld as well though. I wonder how AFK affects these numbers. Probably affects them quite a bit, let's be honest. There's probably been times, days, where I've just left the game on. There's no way it was, I actually physically played for 8,900 hours. There's no way. It's still ridiculous, so even if you don't account for the AFK, it's probably still over what 8,000 hours. Because there's no way I've spent over 1,000 hours AFK either. So I mean, maybe you never really know. There have probably been times where I've literally kept the PS4 on for a week or so at some point, but most of the time I try to turn it off. Wait a minute, does AFK account for sleep time? Like, okay, so you know how the PS4 has a sleep mode where if you turn it off, it leaves the game running? Or it doesn't leave the game running, but it turns off the PS4, but when you turn it back on, the game's still there. Does it account for that? Because if it does, then it's probably way less than it actually would be. It doesn't? Okay, never mind. So when you put in that sleep mode, it doesn't count the, when you put in the orange button or whatever, or whenever the button turns orange or whatever, it doesn't account for that. So, okay. That's good to know. That makes it even more terrifying then. You know what, that actually kind of somewhat makes sense because I play Smash Ultimate and I have 1,600 hours and I feel like I've barely put any time into that game. Seriously. What's up, Sleep Demon? Guess who's spent over 8,900 hours in Minecraft, apparently. It's 8,955 hours. It's in general chat if you want to see it. That's so terrifying thinking about it though. I did not realize it was that many hours. That's just mind-blowing. You know what's crazy? By the end of this project, I could be at 10 no, there's no way I'm at 10k. There's no way I'm gonna spend 10k hours on this project. Or not 10k hours. No, don't worry. I thought it was close to 5k. I did not realize I've spent almost 9,000 hours in this game. I thought it was at least like between 3 to 5,000 hours. I did not realize it was almost double my estimate. I think that would be insane though. If you think about it, after the Nether and the End, I think I'm gonna have 10,000 hours in this game, which is terrifying to think about. I don't know though, like there has to be something in here. There has to be like, not a catch, but like something I've done to increase the hours dramatically, like going AFK for days on end, because there has to be something. I'm still not too sure about the sleep mode thing. I'll have to see. I could test it actually. I could ask you on Discord or something like that, original name, for hours to see how many hours says after today or something like that. How do you have 21? I mean, you know, consider it is a bit of older game, and I don't know. If you spend a lot of time on, if you spend a daily on one game, it really does add up, though. If you think about it, like I mean, Smash Ultimate, I spent 1,630 hours, and I feel like I've barely put any time into it. So okay, I'm just gonna put it in perspective. I've spent 8,000 hours in this game while playing Smash for 1,600 simultaneously, if that says anything. While playing Beat Saber, while doing other things. Like, it really does. You'd be surprised how much time you actually have, or how much time you could have, even working, even for me now that's working 40 hours a week or whatever. I still have quite a bit of time. I mean, I could work for 40 hours and still do this project for close to 40 hours if it says anything per week. I mean, yeah, they probably don't count it. That's still terrifying to think about, though. I feel like those times are rigged. I swear, it just doesn't seem like it's 8,900 hours. Like, it really, do mind you, during this time, I've spent around a 10-month break. 10 months in terms of 10 months of breaks for this project. in total, if you count all my breaks, or roughly that amount, maybe even more. So just to wrap your head around that for a second, that 8,900 hours is also accounting for, I mean, it is also accounting for other worlds, but let's be honest here, most of my time has been spent on this world, so I'm not even really gonna account for, let's say, like 100 hours for other worlds, because there's no way I've spent more than maybe 200 at max for other worlds, but for the most part it's on this world. I mean, you're surprised how fast if you just start playing a game for a while, you start playing a game for months on end, it really just adds up. You could easily grind 500 hours pretty quickly. But I mean, to be fair, most people don't have this level of like high focus. I should say majority of people don't have this high level of focus. Like my friend who has over, I think it's like 150 games on Steam or something like that. That he chooses to. I mean, he plays a couple of games now, but he'll just probably switch randomly to other games. But yeah, he's like, it's like 150, 100, between 150 and 170 games. Except Nitro. Oh, I'm pretty sure at least 200 or 300 hours is accounting for AFK, if not a little, if not more, honestly. There's a few times where I actually did leave this game AFK quite a bit. I mean, you got to think I spent 2 days just by this, or was it 2 days or was it 3 days or whatever, at a skeleton farm. So that's easily already 60 hours. Yeah, that's how my friend is. Like, I don't want. Actually, I wonder what his most played game actually is. I mean, come on, I spent 200 hours on Adventure Capitalist. Let's be straight here. I think it was like 250 something hours. If you guys don't know what Adventure Capitalist is, it's basically like Cookie Clicker, but it's on steroids. If you don't know, I'm not sure. You've probably heard of the game. You probably don't know much about it though, maybe, because it's pretty. It was popular, but I don't think anybody really played it that much. Let's be honest. To be fair, I did break the game twice, or almost break the game, so 250 hours or something like that is pretty reasonable, let's be honest. Yeah, man, I go through hours quickly. Like even Beat Saber, I only went through like 500. I think it was like 500 hours or something like that. Majority of it was like the first month or two playing. 90 hours. Dude, this is really gonna put in perspective of how many hours I really put into a game. Really thinking about it, Smash Ultimate, when I said I basically felt like I basically put no hours into Smash, I guess it wasn't wrong, because 16 hours versus 8,900 is a bit quite the difference. It probably close to like 8,500 if you consider a break or consider AFK, but I mean, most of the time I shut down my PS4, most of the time. I don't know. I think hitting 1,000 hours in a game is pretty impressive. I mean, you know what's funny? I could have almost fully mastered a skill with the amount of hours I put in this game. Think about that for a second. You know, that 10,000 hour rule, even though it's kind of weirdly wouldn't say it's arbitrary, but it's I mean, some people do learn skills faster than others, but I mean, to be fair, if you learn a skill faster, but mastering one is different. Mastering a skill in 10,000 hours. Yeah. Wait, John, do you know about that? Do you know how many, did you see how many hours I put into this game? I don't know if you saw it or not, but it's actually way more mind-blowing than I thought it ever could have been. 8,955 hours. It's in Discord. Look at general chat and you'll see. And I thought my 1600 in Smash Ultimate was quite a bit. It felt like I didn't put that many hours in Smash. Maybe it's because I've spent over 4 times as much into this game. Do mind you, this is also accounting for some AFK days, so it's not like I actually did play for 8,955 hours. Some of it was AFK. Yeah, you have less than 1,000. I've played it quite a bit. I did grind a bit though, if you think about it. I grinded a few characters back in 2018 and some 2019, but I didn't really feel like I put that much hours into it though. I guess it's because, you know, I've been putting a lot of time into this project, but that's the main reason, is because I've been grinding some characters, but I haven't done that in a long time, so. So yeah, I have that many hours for some insane reason. Well, I mean, it is this project, but still, I still didn't expect almost 9,000 hours. I just forgot. Yeah. And people think playing one game for 10,000 or 8,000 hours is a lot, but imagine doing one thing in a game for 8,000 hours. It's a little bit of a head spinner right there. Or something like that. It's probably 8,000 hours, let's be honest. If you count AFK and other worlds, it's probably close to 8K. Closer to 8K, let's go with that. Because those AFK hours really would add up, though. Oh, that's still hard to believe, though. It's gonna be like haunting in my brain. I remember how I said I wanted to focus on other things after this project? Well, there's a reason for that. why this channel. I'm not too sure if the channel will die. I'm not too sure what I'll do after this or after the Nether in the end. I'll think about something. I may continue to do things. I may have to just focus. I may just want to focus on things. I could come back later though if I wanted to. By that point, I'm not too sure what I would be doing though. I don't know. Wait a minute. Let me go back here. Holy Christ, how did I already spend 36 hours in Poyo? What the heck? I spent like, it felt like I only played that for like a couple days, like 2 or 3. Yes, I love looking at that though. It's like 36 hours, 11 hours, 17 hours, and you have this. I think it's really funny. That's terrifying though. But yeah, scratch whatever I've said about how many hours I've put into this project. It's yeah, it's probably a lot more than I think it is. But the weird thing is these sections actually don't take that long in terms of hours, which is a weird thing. I don't know. Maybe they take longer than I think they actually do. Maybe my perception of time is just that bad. Which in some cases is a good thing because I can actually do projects like this. Since my time perception is so bad, the time flies by so quickly that it's just like instant, which isn't always a good thing because of what's it called? That's a lot of lava, my god. Because of having to focus on other things as well. Time management, let's go with that. I may gain a lot in the ability to do one thing, but I lose a lot in time management, I'll tell you that much. Which some people are good at time management and don't focus on one thing, but I'm bad at time management, but only focus on one thing. Maybe not one thing, but a lot of energy into one or two things, or 2 or 3 things, or whatever. I think it's gonna be crazy though when I see the fact that I hit 10,000 hours by the end of probably hit 10,000 hours, let's be honest here, after the Nether in the end. I'm gonna be surprised if I don't hit 10,000 hours. Imagine what I could do with all these, like, not with all these hours, but like with all this like mental ability. Actually put it into something that's a bit more useful. It still doesn't seem like it though. It's like I think my average time is for the entire project is probably 3 hours. So if I did 3 hours a day times 365 4. I mean, I'm only at like 4,000. Oh my God, that means I've averaged like. Wait, that still doesn't make any sense. There's no way I've averaged 6 hours a day every single day for 4 years. There's no way. Especially since I was doing other things as well. Unless those hours that I spent spending like 10 hours a day or whatever really added up. Alright. See ya. Regional and thank you as well because I've been wanting to figure that out for quite some time now. I'll probably check it at the end of the project. It's probably when there has to be quite a bit of AFK hours. It just doesn't make any sense. Unless their perception of a day is different then, or not a day, but hour or whatever is different. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Because there's no way I've spent 6 hours. I mean, you gotta think my average stream is like 3 hours. I would say it's a little bit higher now because of the days off that I have, but for the most part, it's still only around. Probably what, like 5 hours average? Maybe 6 hours average, but that's only if that's only recently. I definitely don't think I've averaged 6 hours. Maybe. I have no idea. It is still mind-blowing. And dang, there's people who have spent 10,000 hours into a skill. Really put in perspective of how much time you really have to put into skills to really. God dang it. Should have went the other direction, but whatever. Thank God for depth stratter. I think lava is probably my most common death. It's not that many, but still, I think it is my most common death of bunch. I'm actually now knowing how many hours I've put in this. I wonder how many hours other people have put into things, at least in Minecraft specifically. Like Phil's, for example, I wonder how many hours he's put into this game. Or Pippin. What's up, Rozek? Thank you, Rozek. What's up, Mikey Player? I wonder how many hours Sword King has. I'm actually really curious. The only reason why is because 60 days. Oh. 60 days is what, like 1,400, 1,500 hours? I'm only curious because he's played 1440. Okay. What's up, Rocks? I'm curious about that actually as well. That's actually the main thing I was thinking about was this 5-year. I am the only one working on the project, but favorite layer is probably layer 12. Let's be honest here. 12 between layers, I would say 12 and 18. Those are my favorite because there's so many resources. It's ridiculous. And then least favorites probably layers 10 and below. You probably already know why all of those layers are a thing. Why even layer 11 isn't even that bad, but layer 10 and below. Actually, I'd say yeah, layer 11 and below is actually pretty annoying. You probably already know why though for both of those ranges. Because you know, lava. Lava and then just a ton of resources right above it. So yeah, those are probably my favorite layers. I'd say actually, you know what, thinking about it, some of my least favorite layers are between 55 and 30. or 35, 55 and 35, because that's all you're getting. All I'm getting is dirt, coal, and iron for 20 layers or whatever. It's not even, oh god. There's barely even anything else. It's all it is for those layers. I'd say that's probably my second least favorite. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Like, they both have their perks. You don't have to deal with placing blocks at layers 55 and 35, but you also get way less types of resources, but also, and vice versa, or whatever. Not vice versa, and yeah, and, you know, layer 11 and below, you have to deal with lava, but you do get a lot more resources, so it's really hard to say. I think I'm just so numb to all the layers at this point. I've done it so many times to the point where, there really isn't anything. I actually surprisingly have not had any. I've taken a break, but I've never really been tempted to give up on the project. Mainly just taking a break because of external burnout, because that's how burnout really works. It's just external forces acting upon you mainly. At least for me. For other people, it may be internal forces, but in my case, it's more external. Yeah, I've never actually had a thought of giving up, though. Interestingly enough. It's really funny seeing comments of, oh, you're still going. It's like, nice lack of faith there in the fact that I'm still going. I mean, it's somewhat of a compliment to me, but it's also kind of, it's like people really just don't have the faith. I think it's because they're like projecting, not projecting, but more like they're expecting, because just like everybody, most people would give up. So I wouldn't say it's projection. It's more just, it's just more like giving up, or expecting other people to give up because, or expecting me to give up because other people give up. That makes sense. But nah, I should actually, by the end of this, I should be almost be finished by the end of the year, or with the overworld at least. It's definitely good to hear, Rocks. I know this project in general was supposed to be one of my another reason. I've never really talked about this that much, but one of the reasons, another reason why I started this project was for that kind of the inspiration factor. I mean, once you look at this project, it's like, oh wow, this person actually did this. So I mean, if this person did this, then maybe I could do this, or even show what's really possible. Let's go with that. It's actually a good way to say it. Because let's be honest here, how many people are really gonna, this may be a once in a lifetime project, or maybe not, there may not be a single person who actually finishes this project. There's probably people who started it, like Sword King, but he still may not finish. I have no idea. He may eventually finish, but at least for quite a few people, this may be a once in a lifetime project. I don't want to go too dark into this because I definitely could go really dark, but yeah, for some people, this may be a once in a lifetime project. At least before Sword King finishes, because maybe by the time he finishes, a lot of people here that may not even be here. But yeah, it's as far as I'm going to go in terms of... Yeah. Kind of that thing where it's like... It's kind of supposed to be an inspiration, this project, in some shape or form. But that's like a... I'd say it's more of a side effect than it actually is more of a legitimate thing that will happen once I finish. I think the only doable project would be a old world. You can do an old world. I kind of want to see that. See someone do it to see if they get any attention for it. They may not get that much. I have no idea, or none at all. Or mining an old as well, but you never really know. Generally, stuff like this does stand out after a while. After enough time. This project will really stand out in the future once I finish it. Because there's one point in continuing this project, but this channel is gonna get even more. I'm gonna get even more recognition for even just finishing the project. Because you could start a project, but actually finishing it, people are just gonna be mind blown the fact that I actually finished this project. Even though, like all the people who thought I may have given up or at some point or something like that, they're gonna have even more recognition or respect or whatever, and honestly, both maybe even, for finishing this. Um, oh wait, so it increases well. Okay, so I was wrong. I thought the file size was small, but it actually isn't. It's almost double a normal Minecraft world, normal Minecraft file that I've seen at least. I'll have to do it again, but at least from what I've seen, it's almost double a normal. And do mind you, this is like the same world size pretty much as the other world. So I'll have to figure that out in the future. Maybe at the end of the project, I'll figure out how big the world is. I did not know they accounted for mine blocks as well, or destroyed blocks as well. But yeah, off the point of how big this world is. I think it's double if I remember. It was like 115 megabytes or something like that, while a normal world was like 60, I think, when you start it up. Which I know that isn't that big, but you gotta think this is a classic size world. Wonder how big SickRPG server is. The server on there, or their world or whatever. Wonder how big their world is. Holy Jesus, I couldn't even imagine. That I know of, I think how do you say it? Trigonometry. I think Trigonometry has probably one of the largest world sizes out there, because he walked to the corner lands, which he generated 1.41 times more land than a person walking to the far lands did. So yeah, I don't actually know how much storage he used, but yeah, it's a pretty decently sized world, but I mean, it's a classic world. I mean, you can't really expect much. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna finish 2 layers today, or at least on stream. I could probably finish it tonight, though. I did that a few days ago. It didn't take that long. Took a little bit less than an hour. I could check after stream, though, see how big this world is. I don't know if anybody would even be there though if I do that. I could do something like that. I'll think about it. Also, I'm not gonna be doing the pickaxe thing, the wooden pickaxe on the last block. I just don't want to break the tension. I think the tension will be too high for me to even break it. Let's be honest here. Probably will be. Because, you know, I remember seeing Kilo stream and him having 14,000 people. He was gonna have a heart attack. I couldn't even imagine. What I'm gonna do when, at the end of the stream. I'm starting to understand what the, how tiring this project actually is. It may be the most tiring thing, or not tiring, but sorry, the most mind-numbing thing I've ever done is mine. Seriously, it probably is the most mind-numbing thing I could do. For the most part. Yeah, I'll drink a little bit of water. I could literally finish this little tiny section. I think it's like 31 by 431 or whatever. If I finish 2 layers a day of a normal section, I can finish 6 layers a day. And not even counting days off either. On days off, I could finish 15 layers, which is ridiculous. I could literally finish the entire thing in a week if I really have nothing to do. Let's go with that. If I really have nothing to do, I could finish the entire thing in a week, or roughly a week, maybe a week and a half. Which, yeah, I think I can finish before I go on vacation, which is August 20th. I want to be able to finish the section and yeah, finish the section and the next section before, and have the video 75% video uploaded by before vacation. That's my goal. I'm not too sure I'm 100% reach it though. Trying to be realistic here, let's be honest. Wait, give me a second. Oh good. I almost enabled auto save. Okay, I'm back. Finish this layer. As long as I get one layer done, I'm satisfied. I'll try to get 2 layers done, but 1 layer at least minimum. Except for Sundays, because I work a double. And they're the busiest day as well, which kind of sucks, but whatever. It's where a majority of my hours come from anyway, so it's alright. I'll take working a double on Sunday and have an entire day off, so. Because those entire days off are pretty crucial for this project. Also, they'll be great whenever I get to the Nether, because I think days off, I'll probably do streams, and then maybe the days on, I will do programming or something like that. I'll figure that out, though. I'll just see how long it takes to, how long the Nether really realistically takes. So I'll be doing the project for 3 days, but it'll be full days, and then I'll be doing 4 days of programming, but actually technically 3 days. So I'd be splitting it pretty, it'd still be stream heavy, but I can get a lot done with, obviously, you know, I can get a lot done in a short amount of time. No BS type of person, really. I'm starting to understand my deliberateness over the years. Don't get me wrong, I'm not always 100% deliberate, but I'd say for 95% of the decisions I make are pretty deliberate. Sometimes they're a bit too deliberate, which is kind of where that performance anxiety comes from. It's the stupid amounts of deliberateness. But it also helps with practice as well, which is why I can get good at things pretty quickly, is because of my deliberateness. Too bad I have performance anxiety, so that kind of holds me back a bit, but for the most part, it should be. It's alright since I already know how to control the performance anxiety. Since I just had to gauge the level of a skill I'm at the time. I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do though for that. Yeah, I think I think it's pretty balanced. I mean, it's 4 days of programming, technically three. It's only half days though, which still I could do quite a bit, even with only half days or whatever. And 3 days good, 3 good days of the project. And then maybe by the time I finish the Nether in the end, I'll be done with that, and then I'll be pretty good at programming by that point for web development specifically. And then what's that prototype? Dead. I have done 72% or something like that, I would say. I just thought about something. I mined 1% of the entire world in 3 days or whatever, or something like that. You know, those the days that I do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I'm mining like 1% of the entire world just in those days. Because each 1% is 480,000 blocks, which I've surpassed 500K at one point before, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm slowly getting there. After this section and this little baby section thingy, whatever, I'll hit 75%, and then I have 4 more sections, and then one little tiny baby section again, and then boom, there you go, it's done. There's 16 of these layers, or 16 of these sections. I should say 17 technically. Roughly speaking, 17 of these sections, which is crazy to think about. Yes, they are triggering, but they're vital for milestones, so. Also, they're kind of satisfying to mine, because you chew through them. I'm literally going to chew through a 431 by 31 section in like less than a week. Or whatever. Or maybe around a week. I don't know. It's gonna be ridiculous. Let me just say that. You'll just blink and you'll miss the entire section. For the most part. Trust me, wait till I get to the final tiny section. It's gonna be super triggering when you see the map. You may not even want to look at the map, honestly. Just say that. I don't know, it's gonna be super satisfying when it's finished though. Gonna have like an actual heart attack when I finish. Well, you'll definitely want to delete your eyes when we get to the final section. See that much. Oh, there's still a good 1,000 hours left in this project. Yeah, I think I could actually hit 10,000 hours on Bedrock Massacre, which is insane, or roughly 10,000. Which I don't know how many hours I've spent on other worlds. I wish I could know that. I wish I would know that, but I don't think I can figure that out. At least I know the hours of the entire game in general. At least I know that. So I can kind of judge how many hours of other worlds, which isn't that much, considering everything. Because I only had like a little bit of multiplayer action on when my friends came over. A little bit of the world art they built. That was a couple of hours. There's other worlds. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Ooh, this is gonna be really close. I think I can actually finish 2 layers though. It's gonna be so close though. What's up, Jackson? It's been so long, holy Jesus. Since I've seen you. I'll say figured out how many hours. Oh, you actually figured it out? Oh wait, never mind. Sorry. You're thinking of obviously. Ugh, I don't know, but yep, it's 8,955 hours. It's way more than I expected. It's on Discord. On general. Oh, you did? It's pretty nice. Hey, when did you last get on the stream? It's been so long. I wonder how much when the last time you actually went on the stream was. The last time you stream, or last time, yeah, you've been on the stream. It's a better way to say it. Okay. Wait, do you still get notifications or nah? 'Cause I know last time I talked to you, you mentioned that you never actually got notifications, which is interesting. Oh, you do? Oh, okay. I wasn't too sure. But yeah, 75%'s um getting there. 75% is on the horizon, I guess. Yes, it is. Wait till I get to the end of the product. We'll see what happens to this channel. And maybe to Discord server, because rip Discord server when that happens. That's pretty funny. It's like when you do something so insane to the point where it's like, I'm really questioning your sanity right now. I mean, to be fair, people question my sanity all the time, so. They really do question my sanity all the time, though. Well, I can't wait to die in the Nether 100 times. Seriously. Wonder how fast it's gonna be before I jump into the pit of lava. I give it 2 hours when I just enter the Nether. On PlayStation. Oh, PS4. I was like, what? I was like, death counter. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't even imagine. Imagine if I made a compilation at the end of the Nether Massacre and just had a compilation of every time I fell into lava. Or every time I died in lava. That'd be pretty funny. I'm actually considering doing that. I'll consider doing a death counter. If it's basically what I consider a death would be if if I fall into a pit of lava and I can't get out, but I still exit without saving. I still exit without save, or however you want to say it, and that's what I consider a death. So if I could do something like that, and then make a compilation, it'd be pretty. Actually, it wouldn't be that hard to make a compilation, even with all the hours of footage. Somebody may have to help me though. Honestly, finding all that footage, 'cause that's a lot of footage. Seriously, it's a lot of footage, because you know, hundreds of hours of. I just wasn't expecting to spend. I did not think I was gonna. I didn't even know I was up to 8,000 hours on this project. Seriously. I mean, I think by the end of the Void Massacre, which is the end, yeah, I'll probably write it down. I'll say like, okay, live at this time, and then death number whatever of live stream this. It's be a pretty complicated notepad, but or note, I guess you could say. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty. I think it'd be pretty interesting. mining the nether, but it's me just dying in lava every 5 seconds or whatever, or something like that. Every time I died mining the nether, let's go with that. It's probably a better one. Alright, that's one layer done. Let's do one more, hopefully. I may be able to do one more layer, but may have to. No, I may not though. I would be stretching the time, I think, at least before I go to work. Kind of crazy how much time you actually legitimately can have even working 40 hours. To be fair, I do have a very whack schedule though. Very whack schedule. I mean, I have 3 days off a week for this. Wait, did I say sleep or work? I meant work. If I said sleep, I meant work, but I'm not too sure. Interesting. Wait, didn't you work at Target, or did you move to something else? Like, see you, Jackson. I'll see you sometime in the future. Yeah, I'm just surprised at how many hours I actually have. Wait a minute. How did you get fired? I have not seen one fall over. Also, we're about to enter redstone soon in this section. I think by... wait a minute. I could finish this section by this week. Just thinking about it for a second. So I have 19 layers left, and I'm gonna be pretty busy tomorrow though, so I may get a little bit of streaming done. So I can get 3 layers done tomorrow, hopefully. So 19, that's 16. 16 layers and 5 layers, which is 11. Then another 5 layers, which would be 6, and then yeah, I should actually be able to finish by tomorrow. Sorry, not by tomorrow. This week maybe, hopefully. If everything goes well, that is. Interesting. I think this is the first time we've had 3 mods on in how long now? Actually, no, we've had never mind. We had you, Gaming Master, and Kamu Kings, so I don't think we've had 4 mods on in a while. Pretty sure we've had 4 mods on at least at one point. I think it was Nick S, you, Gaming Master, and Kamu Kings, I think. So Chris. Yeah. I think I can finish this section by this week. It's still gonna be pretty difficult though, let's be honest. Okay, so I mean you can if you want to. I kinda know some of the letters, at least, so kinda. It's been a little bit though. I'll have to look at them again, but I mean, why not? Just show... Okay, so this is all you gotta do, at least for the letters. Show the letter, and then show what it is, and I'll just logically process it in my head. At least with the letters specifically, because I know some of those. I see lambda. I see alpha. I think that's kappa. Could be wrong about that. Um, okay. Yeah, just say the letters really. Oop. And then, just say what they are. I think looking at looking at the letters will help me a lot. Like, I already know what lambda, alpha, beta. I think I know what delta. I could probably learn a few. I don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be good at them at all. Like I would have to practice them and then study them a bunch, but I think I could learn them. Kalispera. It's hello in Greek. No, K is kappa. So lambda's L. That makes sense because L lambda, yeah. Uh, I think it'd be pretty interesting to learn Greek. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those languages where people like it'd just be odd to it'd be pretty interesting to speak to people in Greek and see if people even understand. I could definitely learn Greek on stream, but I don't know how good I'd be at it. Do I need a little bit more water? Oh, a bit weird. I'll take the challenge. Oops. I don't know why I just did that, especially when I have to go put up all this stuff anyway. Nope. I can't. There we go. Can't function, apparently. Yeah, I could definitely learn a decent amount, especially since I actually like can maximize my ability to learn. I can tell you exactly how though too. So if you wanted me to learn Greek, you'd have to show me what each of the letters are first, and then just say what they are. So like this letter is this, and I could just logically reduce it in my head, if that makes sense. I need this, like, it's like an imagery type of thing. It's like when I see something like a letter, or for example, if I see a car and I know it, like if I've seen the car and I deduce the fact that what car the model and the make is, guess what, the next time I see the car I'll know what it is. So at least if as long as I know what each of the letters really look like, I should be good at least in that area. I mean, I know there's not really any point in like learning the letters, but since I don't think I'm gonna be typing Greece or Greek, sorry, not Greece, Greek. I don't know why I said Greece. In Greek. Okay, give me a second. Let me look through all this. What's up, Pablo? I'm trying to see if there's any patterns or anything I could pick up on the sentence structure of Greek. I did it with German earlier, but yeah, I need to do that. Okay, so Yeah, I have really no idea what's going on. You'd have to explain the structure of how Greek works, of how sentences work. Because honestly, I really can't tell what's actually going on with the structure of it. I don't know. I'll eventually learn a second language, like fully learn one, not like halfway learn one. Actually learn one, not just moseying around. Which I think I could learn one pretty quickly, since I actually know how to learn properly myself without, you know, being super ignorant towards how the heck I learn in general. But don't know why I just did that. But also, I could have streamed earlier, but I was having internet issues for some reason. Like the router was not dead, but it just wouldn't pick up Wi-Fi for some reason. I don't know why, but I had to just re-unplug my router. It was really weird. Say that much. But yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the structure of the Greek sentence. I don't know. I'll have to look at a image of. Give me a second. I have an idea. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Oh well, it's fine. I'm spending too much time on it. To be fair, say about a lot of things. I don't know. I've been kind of like, I wouldn't say addicted to learning things, but knowing how I learn well enough now, like maximizing my ability to learn things. It's really, really actually understanding my potential, I guess you could say, from a skill or from a learning a subject point of view, I guess. And knowing how well I could have actually done in school if I actually, put in more effort and, actually tried and actually, or even knew how to try properly, because I didn't even know how to learn myself, so. I don't even know how I did even reasonably good. I'm pretty sure if I'm bored enough to remember numbers of pi, I'm pretty sure I can learn a language. Or at least some numbers of pi. Seriously. Maybe not, okay, well, maybe not like, in terms of fully practicing it. I'm not too sure how I'd do that, but at least in terms of fully learning a language, at least. At least gain the knowledge of the language, not really like... I don't know how I'm gonna practice it. I mean, I think just knowing translations would be very useful in general. I'd say more mastery over the knowledge of the subject, not really like getting good at speaking it. That makes sense. I already have a decent accent when it comes to Spanish or something like that. And honestly, I just looked up a video on the accent of of whatever language I want to learn, so. And I'm pretty good at mirroring that language, so, or mirroring that accent. At least there's that. I mean, you even said my pronunciations of those German words were actually not even that bad. For not even knowing what they were 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I think Spanish is the only real... At least the only real practical language I can think of. Even then, it's still not that practical. Unless I go south, a little bit further south on my state. That's the only really way. Maybe a little bit west, I have no idea. Or south. I'm due for, I work in a Mexican restaurant, so... And honestly, if I knew that literally my main coworker basically speaks almost no English, which is pretty interesting, but interesting interactions, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I would have learned at least a little bit of Spanish before coming into this, but it's all right. I'm not going to be working there for that long anyway. At least not long enough to even like gain a decent understanding of Spanish, because honestly I don't remember almost anything in terms of And I really don't remember almost anything from high school, so I can't use any information from that. I wish I knew how I learned well enough. I could have actually done and remember things from school, but no. It's like, nah. Because school was slow enough to the point where I could have done school without really even taking any notes. I mean, even my biology 2 class that I took, I was taking I had a textbook that I took with me. I could have just read it myself and just processed everything. No notes, no nothing. I could have just went at home. I could have studied for like hour or two a day out of boredom. I don't care. I'll learn almost any subject. I'm not like that's the cool thing. That's why I mentioned how I've always just loved learning. I wouldn't say always loved learning. I've recently really have been putting my desire into learning subjects in general because of how I know, or knowing how I learn now. What's up, Decimations? At least fully know. I mean, there's times where I learn things without even realize I'm learning them, which now I know what I learned, so, for the most part. But yeah, but Remy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think I just never had the patience. I know this sounds crazy, but I don't think I actually had the patience for learning subjects and stuff like that. Mainly because of my God complex, but that's the main reason why I didn't really learn much, because of that God complex. It's like, ooh, I already know. I already know. It's like, even though you don't actually know. Or you try to, like, don't ask questions because you're afraid of being wrong, even though you're technically being arrogant at the same time, because you actually don't know. And you're just being self-deprecating at the same time. It's really sad. It's like, ooh, I'm gonna just give up with my FI critic and just become worthless instead of actually, you know, putting in time and developing myself. But no, FI critic's like, yeah, you're not that good. It's like, you can be good if you're actually, you know, properly take care of yourself, but it's like, nah. It's really frustrating. It's quite the battle, I'll tell you that much. A mental battle. Dealing with the worthlessness and the performance anxiety. Pretty hard. I know how to get over it, though. It's just literally comes down to trial and error and practicing things. Really. Because I won't ever know the worth of something unless I actually, like, try it or understand it well enough. Basically, I have to understand, the only way I can figure out the value of something is understand how invaluable other things are. That's the really true way to understand value, or at least in my case. Like how I wasn't also gratitude. I'd say it's 3 things I basically need to learn is practice and gratitude. That's it, really. Practicing stuff and gratitude. That's it. I'd say those are the two main components, and not having that weird, because if I have the gratitude, then I can stop having that God complex, combined with the fact that I can actually understand value in other things instead of trying to overvalue certain things or undervalue certain things. Understand the value of something as it is, being realistic about it, based on my own experiences or other people's experiences or something like that. This includes my own value, because it's like the only way I can really understand my own value is once I trial and error new skills, and once I start helping people, I can start understanding the value or my abilities, or even understanding myself well enough, like how I mentioned how I like learning. Not how I learning, but how I learn. I can understand my own value based on my cognition on its own. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. It really is, mentally speaking. Basically, I need to know when to care and not to care, really, in a lot of these cases. It's like, when should I care about this thing? Should I care or should I not care? And once I understand what I shouldn't care about, I'll finally understand what I need to care about. Or what I want to care about. Instead of being selfish with the, but not also being responsibly selfish, but not also being self-deprecating at the same time. So basically, valuing myself, understanding my value in certain things, but not overvaluing it in that same thing, if that even makes sense. And not shoving those values onto other people. Basically withholding value, my own value, and then understanding the value of others after the fact. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's hard to put it all into like one good format, but it's pretty much impossible. What's up, little pizza boy? Did you hear how many hours I put into this? I don't know if you saw it on general chat or not. I've actually put into this world, or maybe not this world, but at least in Minecraft on PS4. And obviously majority of it is project, let's be honest here. Did you hear how many hours I have, little pizza boy? I'll drink a little bit. I drank some earlier. I may have to get some more water in a minute though. You know, I don't think it's that I talk fast. I think it's the fact that I switch between points very quickly. I don't know, some people may think I talk fast, but in terms of just switching between points and stuff like that, it's kind of crazy. I mean, I don't even think I use periods in my, like, voice when I enunciate sentences and stuff like that, but, as a pronunciate, I have no idea, but, 8,955 hours. Yeah, I think it's just me just going through points very quickly. Yeah, exactly. There's no, I don't even think I breathe through like half my sentences at all. Especially if I'm going on a really long rant or anything like that, then I really just don't breathe whatsoever. I'll call you who, man. There you go. I didn't know what to call you, but I was like, let's go who, man. I am not saying that entire name every single time. Oh, you are? Oh, okay. Okay, I did. Wait, is that the same profile picture? I don't know, but why'd you make your name so insanely? Holy Jesus. Okay, Muhammad. I'll just keep calling you Muhammad because there's honestly there's no. There's no way I'm be saying that entire name. Crazy guy. Right, see a little pizza boy. It depends on what you consider a little bit, because I'm going to be ending the stream in about an hour or so. Which is crazy because I think I could almost finish. It's going to be so close to finishing a layer. My God, it's going to be really unfortunate. I'm going to be like 80 to 90 blocks away, aren't I? At the edge. Or to finishing the layer. Yeah, 18 or 18 layers. I was thinking 19, but I don't really know. I know I'm mining the layer. I'm technically mining layer 24, but I don't know. I just count as layer 4 at the bottom. I have no idea. I usually don't keep track of it too much because of the way the Y level works, but it's alright. Thank you as well. But yeah, I'm basically deleting this section. I think it was 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago, I was on layer 57. Does it say anything? Just around 2 weeks ago, I was on layer 7. Or 57, I mean. Wait, what do you mean by mining 3 layers down every time? What do you mean by that? Um, Bedrock starts at 4. Okay, so if you go to the bottom of I stand on layer 4, so technically, yeah, Bedrock starts at layer 4. But I think you actually are still right though with the 18 layers, because if I'm mining down to layer 4, the last layer of mining would be layer 5, which if I'm on layer 23, then it would be to 5, technically speaking. So yeah, it would technically be 18 layers, but even if Bedrock doesn't, I don't know, it's so confusing. Like, the reason why I don't mind 3 is because it's a controller, and controllers are way harder to use in terms of moving up and down like this. So it would be a disaster. That's the first thing. And I have to deal with, especially right now, lava and gravel are quite the nuisance, to tell you that much. And switching between the shovel and pickaxe would be a lot harder as well. With the different varying Y levels. One layer makes it really easy to see what's in front of what I'm mining. It also makes it really consistent with switching between pickaxe and shovel. So yeah, even 2 layers isn't technically isn't super consistent. Now in Java, yeah, you could do like 2 or 3 layers pretty easily. Wait, what? Oh, never mind. I'm good. Never mind. I thought okay. Never mind. I'm tripping out. Seriously, I'm that tired. But I was okay. Yeah, I should not have freaked out by that. But okay, never mind. Ignore what I just did there. But I thought I duplicated for some reason, but it was just because I accidentally dropped down one of the shulker boxes from the top to the bottom. Holy Jesus Christ! I need to calm down. I'll save. Yep, saves. Yeah, because you have way more control on with the mouse than you do on a controller. 2 layers is still actually somewhat difficult to do because it's really easy to accidentally overshoot when you're going back up. I mean, yes, you can get next to the block and start just mining this way, but still isn't that consistent in my opinion. I just don't know how much, especially dealing with lava and gravel, it's kind of meh. It probably would be faster to do 2 layers, but honestly, this is also a little bit more satisfying in my opinion because you get good progress, good steady progress, regardless of whatever you do. Okay, I'm gonna go with some more water. Give me a minute. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so leaderboards isn't much. It's kind of jank, and it's very, very limited, especially for this project. And the reason why I don't turn off entity, the loot drops or whatever, is because I'm keeping everything that isn't stone. Like I'm keeping all the ores and dirt for some reason. I don't know why, honestly. I don't know. I think just keeping the dirt's like a meme at this point. I think that forgot what the main reason why I kept dirt. I think it's because of inventory, just to keep for inventory's sake, because it fills up a lot of the inventory. I have no idea though. I just don't even remember the reason why. Also, I'm going to be ending the stream in roughly 40 minutes. Which I'm not too sure I'm going to finish a layer. At least on stream. I'll finish it tonight though. Because, I actually have some time and I'm getting off work at probably 12. Because let's be honest here, I usually have like 2 hours of overtime. Because of cleanup. I had 2.5 hours of cleanup last night. We started actually sorry, it's actually 3 hours of cleanup because we were closing at 9:30 and I didn't finish until 12:30 of cleanup. Which is insane. I mean, it's the hardest day of the week anyway, for sure. There's no doubt. I mean, it was a 13-hour shift. I've worked later shifts, so I've worked a 15-hour shift at one point with an hour break, do mind you, that's accounting for. So it's technically 16 hours. Or so it's 15 hours not accounting for a break, which would be 16, I think. I don't know how you would say it, but The only thing you really need to know about jobs is you're pretty zombified unless you're really working on something very okay, either something that's really manual labor based or something that's really problem solving based. If you're not in either one of those types of field, you're gonna be basically a zombie. Let's be honest here. Let's just say that. More problem solving or heavy labor. Even heavy labor is kind of zombified, but not kinda. I'd say it's more like problem solving or that, yeah. Problem solving or heavy labor. If you're not in either one of those types of jobs that surround themselves with both of those, then yeah, you're pretty much a zombie, let's be honest. Problem solving could be anything. It could be design work, it could be solving business problems, analyzing data to extract information like a data scientist, stuff like that. You know, anything honestly of that sort. Is there anything you're interested in about going into for a career? I could definitely do that. I mean, this thing is already going to be pretty spawn proof when I finish because of all the torches. There's going to be 0 mobs in this world, I'm pretty sure. Really. It didn't even jump. It didn't even let me jump. Or I think I just jumped late. I don't know. I swear I jumped though. Oh well. Let me just say this, if you want meaningful work, or at least reasonably meaningful work, let's be honest here, a job is a job, but if you really want meaningful work, it's pick something that deals with just solving a problem. Pick something that's valuable and solves the problem. Because something can be valuable and not be problem solving oriented, but I would say pick something that just goes with problem solving mainly. And if you don't care about meaning, just pick something that deals with labor. Either something that deals with labor or something that's really just mind-numbing. But yeah, I can make a really efficient mob grinder with this world. I made a test grinder at one point. It was pretty insane. Small one. It wasn't. I didn't filter anything though. I just wanted to see how many mobs were spawning. It was quite a bit. But English. God, I don't know about that. I think teaching English is the only even suitable career that has any form of practicality to it. I think you're better off just turning that into more of a passion than actually a career. Just being realistic here. Seriously, like English on its own just isn't that great in terms of. Actually, you could be a not a translator. What are they called? Is it? I don't know. I don't know any right off the top of my head in terms of English careers that are actually even close to practical or problem solving or valuable, I guess you could say. Besides teaching. A good thing you could do is try writing books, try to become an author. At least on the side. You may have to find something else though. Oh yeah, even on a console, it's pretty insane how many things spawn. Couldn't even imagine if you did something like this on Java and tried it. Holy Jesus. It's hard to even believe what would it look like. That's a way higher spawn rate. I only know that because of the Enderman farm that I built. Yeah, I don't know if English is necessarily that great in terms of... Is it the thing I'm thinking of? Give me a second. Yep, never mind. Engineering is a good one. It's quite difficult if you can handle it. Another thing you could do is teach English. I know you said you didn't want to teach English, but teach English across seas. Like in Japan or anything of that sort. Any place around the world really that doesn't really have English, you could just capitalize on that. Your what? Your name's on the screen because you're the most recent subscriber. I forgot to mention that. That thing right there, yeah, you're the most recent subscriber. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, you can make some pretty good money with and it could be actually pretty meaningful as well if you teach English in another place. IT is pretty good. I would probably recommend probably computer science or um yeah, or you could go the other route and not do college and do certificates. That's also another thing you could do. It's way cheaper. As long as your area somewhat supports IT jobs, mine really didn't. Or as long as you have some kind of job with customer service, you should be good. But your area needs to have some kind of IT, which mine did not. So rip my certificate. But what's up, Labrashinator? I don't know what I just said, but Probably computer science. They're probably cybersecurity is pretty good as well. If you don't want to go down that programming rabbit hole. Or you can just learn programming on your own like I did. Or like I'm doing. Or more like I am going to do. I've already done a decent amount of practice, so... Some practice at least with web development. I'm not too sure how helpful writing the alphabet over and over again for 10 pages really... I know they're trying to get you to practice it, but that's a bit much. It's like that, when I had to take biology, I forgot what they're called, the ATCG molecules or whatever it was. I don't freaking remember. Where we had to write them down and figure out which... Was it some kind of string? I completely forgot. Holy Jesus Christ. How much did I actually forget? How much did I forget in school? Because it's... I'm trying to really comprehend how much I've actually forgotten from high school. It's starting to blow my mind slightly about how much a person could actually forget. Oh, that's very useful that you have somebody, a connection, that somebody else who does programming. It's a very useful skill, and if you don't mind putting in the grind, then it's definitely would be worth it. It's arguably the second most useful skill you could learn, arguably speaking. Very subjective, but second most. Just because the sheer value it actually gives, and then self-teach yourself it as well. That repetition thing only really works under certain... It's like there's a point of over-repetizing, if that's even a word. Over-repetition. Or over-repeating, I guess you could say. Certain things. It gets to the point where it's kind of just absurd. It kind of sucks how school really favors certain cognition. Out there. I don't benefit at all from... I mean, to be fair, even though I don't benefit at all from self-teaching, or sorry, from being taught by others, but I benefit a lot, probably one of the most from self-teaching myself. So there's some benefit to that. So okay, that happened. So even though I benefit one of the least from not being taught by others, I benefit the most from being teaching myself. Mainly due to my sheer focus, super high focus is the main reason. And I can actually really get stuff done really quickly. That was a horrible shot, my god. Well, I cannot aim apparently today. What? That actually missed. Are you? Oh my god. I don't understand how the dragon hits me sometimes. I really just don't understand. It makes no sense. That one hit actually made a big difference, and like I'm not getting hit by the acid whatsoever. It makes no sense. I'm not even close to it. It's like, nice. It hit by basically nothing, apparently. Okay. I'll play for a couple more minutes and I'll end the stream. I'm gonna be in the stream in around 15 minutes or so, maybe. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna finish. There's no way I'm finishing the layer. There's no way. There's just no way. Not in the time span I need. If I had an extra like 30 minutes, I probably could finish it, but... Uh-oh. Okay, 30 minutes is a bit much. Never mind. Okay, yeah, no. If I had an hour, yes, but not 30 minutes. Tonight, if I have an hour or so, it shouldn't be too bad tonight in terms of time to close or whatever. Hopefully. I did it again. What if I do it a third time? Almost did it again. Do a little bit of water. Good thing I didn't have that experience happen now. Yep, weather is definitely, or rain or thunderstorms are like my worst enemy. Not even entirely the rain either, but they just thunderstorms in general. I wouldn't say it directly was lightning. I'm not too sure what the direct cause was, but I have had thunderstorms take off my power. I've had it flicker a couple times. Though sometimes though, when it comes to thunderstorms. But I noticed my bitrate drops a lot though. Actually, a lot in some cases. It has trouble connecting when I stream, stuff like that. Okay guys, I'm gonna go on in the stream now. As I'd rather not drag on the stream too long. Speaking of dropping bitrate, what the heck? God. Alright, see you guys later.